Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about for the predictions for the month of May 2022. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe below and encourage me to keep coming back by leaving your comments here and not in my inbox because I hardly get to read your precious comments. So before we keep further ado, here is what's a highlight of this month is which is the solar eclipse taking place on May 1st in some places and May 30th in the other places. It depends on where you are in the world. Now, because eclipses give their results for the next 3 months at least, sometimes it's even all the way through 6 months even. And now this solar eclipse will be seen in Antarctica, Argentina, Chile, and Peru, and mostly in South America. So, even if the big impact will be felt here in terms of astrology, as per the Shastras and the scriptures, its impact can be felt around the globe. So we have to be careful everywhere in the world. There is a strong possibility that some plane crashes may happen in these areas. Yes, Russia will be seen attacking the countries that border around Ukraine if they don't cooperate. And the war is going to become big and intolerable. For India, this eclipse will be taking in its fourth house in the sign of Aries. And so, therefore, I will say that in the eastern part of the world, and particularly in the eastern parts of India, I foresee extremely hot weathers. I mean, very hot weathers in the next 3 months, or at least through the end of July. Also, I am worried that I see that in addition, it also indicates very big earthquakes in the eastern part of the world, eastern part of the countries like in India, eastern part of India. They need to be very, very careful. If you're listening to my video, please share with others, tell people to get ready, have their emergency supplies for survival purposes. Earthquakes usually don't kill people, but does kill is lack of water, clean water, and food sometimes too. So please, guys, be prepared for that. Knowledge is power, and that's why I make these videos to give you the power of knowledge so you can take some intelligent choices to deal with the nature. Now there is also an indication that something big may happen in England also. Some big tug of war between various governments of the world is there too. And as a result of so many other things, I'm going to see some expect some big rises in prices. For example, there will be gold will rise big. If you want to buy now, I mean, you might want to think about it. It's up to you. Um, and there are other commodities like all red color food items like lentils and pulses, and they will see a big hike in prices. Even the fruits and vegetables, even the herbs that heal the health, Ayurvedic medicines, Western medicines, homeopathic medicines, and even fresh produce will see the big hike in the prices. Now, if you want to blame your governments, that's your choice. But trust me, government, especially the current government in India, is trying hard to help its public. If the globe is the earth on its own, in many ways is dealing with the nasty planetary energy, you can't really blame all the time to the government. Have faith. This solar eclipse, sun is government too. Even though as much as you want to get mad at them, I would recommend not to, because let them do their job, cooperate with them. It will benefit you as a community, as a state, as a country. Okay, so you can benefit. Just try this advice I'm giving you. Burning cars, burning houses, burning shops is not going to solve any problem. Okay, so try to refrain from that. It only destroys your future. You mess with the law, and let's be all do the constructive things. Now, this all will be taking place at least towards the end of July. Stock market. There will be a big rise in many pharmaceutical companies, that if you want to buy their stock, it's going to be rising in price. All stocks will be raising in price. Now, May 17 through June 14, there will be a rise in terrorism. Again, it's beyond my understanding why people want to fight in the name of religion. Religion says what? Serve the humanity, guys. Don't fight with each other in the name of terrorism, please, if you're listening. Anyways, people with the opposing views and the groups of religions will be mad at each other. For example, you guys already have in India, there is an issue going on, that loudspeaker ban. Now, your government made this law, did they say this is banned only for this religion or that religion? Please, folks, think. Don't destroy your communities in the name of religion. Religion is supposed to be divine and help us to connect with the higher being. Again, I can just say it, but some people just think this is the only way to solve the problems. Anyways, to be going, these issues will be escalated, and no matter, government will try. If you cooperate, you will benefit. Sun is government. You want to benefit from the government, try not to fight against government. This is the astrology talk, not like my personal thing. Now, Venus and Jupiter conjunction will be taking place, and Venus being the lesser degree in this planetary war indicates there might be some then big explosions in the oceans, even like as if they are fighting in the ocean too. Also expect some serious disagreements or problems even among the big leaders of the world, like even within the NATO. Folks, this is a very difficult time, very, very difficult time. So just realize it's just the governments have to deal with each other too. Governments of this country have to deal with that country, then they have to deal with in the NATO. Hold on to your horses, don't get involved in the nasty fights on the streets. Now, there will also be, to add to this problem, there will be also a lunar eclipse on May 16, which will be also powerful because it's in the 1 degree of Scorpio. Then on May 10, Mercury will be retrograde it all the way through June. Then Uranus in Aries is indicating many sudden upheavals and changes are about to take place in the world. Yeah, all this war and all this happening, Uranus is confirming it that this is going to change a lot of things. So when we have on the other side, when we have exalted Venus in Pisces, it makes things a little bit good for those people who are away from the war-like conditions. It will enhance your creativity for the artist, movie actors, Bollywood, Hollywood industry, and if it's well placed in your chart too, if you are an artist, singer, director, music person, you will be seeing that you can take advantage of that energy. It's going to bring the enhance and boost your creative side of you. Now, since the sign of Pisces rules the water, oceans, I'm afraid there might be extreme weather patterns like storms, earthquakes, like I said earlier, because there are two eclipses, solar and lunar, so there's a lot of disturbance in the energy of planets. Now, so even though it's all difficult, we can talk about some good things. But before we do that, I want to talk about Corona. I mean, even though, Corona is under control, but all the restrictions being lifted from the governments about masking and what have you, people will be able to take care of themselves and enjoy some travel, etc. But please, planets are indicating you must wear the mask as per government, and even if the government is not making it mandatory, please wear it all the way through, I am sorry, March 2025. Yes, March 2025, you need to continue to wear the mask because planetary conditions indicate it will be rising, then it will be going down. Yeah, we are sick of it. You want to survive, remain healthy. If you are close to somebody 6 feet, please pull up your mask and put it on. This is what I do because I don't want to get sick. If you have to stand in the lines and you're very close to each other, please wear it and wear it all the way through nose. So yeah, corona will be showing its fluctuations. So it's there up and down. That yes, it's controlled, especially in India. You have to be very very careful. Now we're going to have, like I said, Mercury will be retrograde from May 10th through June 3rd. It's going to be in Taurus. Please know that you can expect delays if you want to travel. I know many people want to travel, and I'm not against it. If you make travel arrangements, it's going to have its hiccups, its problems. When this Mercury is retrograde, I always says, look carefully, but you may be buying the ticket to go to Italy, but you may end up in England, kind of thing. It also indicates that there might be some like I said, the mask will be again mandatory during these periods in some parts of the world, maybe especially in India, because there is going to be a temporary rise in coronavirus due to lack of vaccination or corruption in some parts of the world. Also, you will notice that all kinds of government secrets are going to be coming out, like about war, corruption, and scandals, especially as it relates to the government, things like they have been doing, they have been imposing upon us. All the secrets are going to be coming out of the closet. So this will be lay the foundation. When we know it, they are doing something wrong, the public then can find a better way of how governments of the world, of many countries, should be behaving better. System can be placed by the public. Now, all governments are not corrupt, but there will be a lot of secrets coming out. Now, I don't know if those of you who remember, I have mentioned in my previous videos, there has been a Kala Sirpa Yoga since December, and the good news is that in the last part of April, Mercury will be leaving from Aries, and that will break the Kal Sarpa Yoga. If you don't know what Kal Sarpa Yoga is, leave me a message here and I will reply to you, explain to you. But we are going to feel that relief of Kal Sarpa yoga, and we'll feel some freedom in that way. Now in your natal chart, I would say wherever the Mercury is placed, it's retrograde. Don't make any contracts in those kinds of areas wherever Mercury may be placed. So you be careful. If in your natal chart, if you have been holding any secrets from the people around you in those areas where Mercury is placed, or where the Sun is placed, or where the Sun is aspecting, your secrets will be coming out too. So the lesson to be learned from here will be, try not to keep some things that you should not. Don't do the things that if you're seen or caught by public or your relatives, you will be embarrassed and you may have to pay the price. So we all should learn to deal with that. Otherwise, planets will find a way. There, all the junk. It's like in the sea beach. When the waves come, they bring out all the junk from the ocean, throw it on the beach for all to see. Something like that phenomena does take place. Now, Jupiter stays in the sign of Pisces through April 2023. It will help us to learn to listen to our soul, and especially after witnessing the war and destruction and death, we are now going to feel that we want to connect with the other human beings and feel their agony, feel their pain, feel what they have lost is their relatives. And as strange it may sound, we all will start feeling sense of freedom, knowing what has been going on, and then so we want to come out and go in the groups and help out those who are suffering in the world. That's how nature does, through these planets, to make us realize how precious this life is, and we need to do better. Now, April 28th through July 12, 2022, Saturn will be in Aquarius, and what will happen during this time, it will be just a trailer of what to expect when Saturn will be in Aquarius in January 2023, and it will stay there for the next 2 years. So watch what's happening through July 12th. For now, it will go back into then sign of Capricorn, and to stay there for at least for the rest of the year. As I have told you many times, the sign of Capricorn is a very practical sign, and it represents the government. And it's going to be a lot of focus on issues of governments around the world. So, folks, don't be so hard on your government only. Cooperate with them so that they can fix the problems, solve your problems. And it's not going to be 100% because big countries have their own issues, there are rules to follow. Take it easy on the government, and planets are going to do something better with those governments. Those who are corrupt, they'll be paying the price. Okay. Now, May 5th through 13th, Uranus and Rahu will be with the Sun, and so Uranus is a planet of suddenness. Suddenly things happen. So it brings huge changes at a global level of the top-notch leaders. Some of the leaders may end up leaving their positions. It could be NATO, it could be in a country, it could be in a state, like in Maharashtra state. It can happen to the big guy over there. I haven't seen his chart, I'm just giving you an example. On May 14, Mars will be in Pisces, conjuncting Neptune at 0 degree of Pisces. Now, Neptune represents many kinds of fluids. A few examples are oil, gas, and ocean waters. Expect more rise in the cost of gasoline and petrol for the next 3 months at least, and I will look at the planets later for further estimations. And of course, this also indicate extreme weathers. On May 29, Mars will conjunct Jupiter, and it will help bring out the talks and actions to see how peace can be brought in the war zone areas. Now, May 2nd through 7th, Exalted Moon in Taurus, and Jupiter will aspect the Moon in Cancer on May 7th. So it's a great time for you, those who want to start a new business. Now, because there is an eclipse, I want to suggest some remedies for Sun. Now, Sun represents father. Serving your father, respecting your father will help ease up to deal with solar eclipse energy for the next 3 months. Folks, don't go after the hocus pocus suggestions. It's free of charge suggestion. Respecting your father, serving your father will help. Yeah, you can donate some colorful items like red blankets, red shirts, red pulses, red food items to the people who are needy. That can also help. And the last but not the least, if your chart allows, don't wear this one. Ruby is the best remedy. Look, I'm wearing a ruby. See? Now, ruby is best to be worn if you have a sun is well placed in your chart. Do not wear ruby unless you have checked with an expert. Okay. Now, another thing with the ruby is that if you buy the cheap quality ruby, it will not do great job. You can wear it, but I would suggest go with the best quality ruby, and you will see the authorities in your life, your bosses will be better with you with all these remedies. Of course, for now, it will help to ease up the nastiness of eclipse in your life. Also, you can do the Surya Namaskar in the morning, but don't waste water because then you're displeasing the other planets. We don't want to waste the resources of this earth. They are there for you to use. This should be from the mind. You can get up in the morning and fold your hands and bow to the sun planet without wasting water too much. Few drops can do, and that should be okay. Because I talked about the moon eclipse too. Moon represents what elderly woman, your mother-in-law, your mother, if you respect your mother or your mother-in-law, and always respect the older woman of your life, and in general respect the females, lunar eclipse cannot hurt you much either. So with that, I hope I have addressed all the elements of this month. It's going to be a tough time. Remain respectful to each other, take care of each other, and don't mess with the governments, because otherwise you're irritating your planet sun, and in solar eclipse that's hurting us. May peace be prevailed to all of you, and I'll see you next month. Thank you.